Knowing how to resolve disagreements. So even when we use effective communication, even when we're trying to partner with the school or childcare center, medical practitioners, whatever it is, sometimes there's still disagreements about how to help the child succeed, what the child needs to succeed. The nice thing is we can disagree without being disagreeable, right? We don't have to love everything that everyone says at the table, and we certainly don't have to love everyone at the table, right? But we don't have to come in like with my email, right? Making demands. That prolongs the process, right? When people want to pull back from us and resist, that just slows things down. And there are effective processes to resolve disagreements, and again, without being disagreeable, right? It feels personal because it's our kids. And so it is, I don't want to say it's not personal, because it's the most personal thing to us, right? But at the same time, again, everyone has the same goal. Everyone wants the child to succeed. So trying to keep that in mind and just know that we can work through it, the team can work through it, is helpful. It's always best if there's a disagreement or you have a concern, you know, sometimes your child comes home and says, Mrs. So-and-so said X, Y, and Z. Try to address it at that level first, directly with the person that your disagreement is with or the concern is with, again, by email if you can. And then just continue to follow the chain of command, right? If you went to the teacher and maybe you copied the case manager, like Bethany said, keeping someone on copy, and it's not resolved, now maybe you want to go to the principal, or if it's around the special educator, maybe you need to go to the special ed director. You can follow that chain of command. Just try dealing directly with the person first or with your team first. Then we have formal processes, which is the nice thing, right? Because sometimes, whether it's a bullying situation, an IEP issue, a 504 disagreement, there are processes in place and chains of command in place so that we can continue to work to resolve it and make sure that our kiddos get their needs met. Sometimes it seems adversarial to talk about going to mediation or reconvening the team by pulling in the District 504 coordinator or the special ed director. But so often we see positive things come out of that, right? New ideas are generated. I don't want to say, sometimes it is a compromise, but sometimes creative solutions come out, right? It's kind of like that. It's just more ideas coming to the table, more knowledge of what resources are available or how a need can be met. And so you might feel like it's being adversarial, but really it's part of the process of working together to meet the child's needs. So in the realm of special education, you know, if you're not able to resolve it with your IEP team and after bringing in the special ed director, mediation is an option. We have seen amazing things come out of the mediation process. I worked with a family recently who was struggling with months. The school was adamant that this child needed a change of placement because they just were really struggling to help him regulate his emotions in school, and he was having unsafe behaviors. Mom was adamant that he just needed some more supports and that she was not against a change of placement. She just wanted to try this first because she felt like the transition was just going to escalate things. Could not come to an agreement. Mom followed the process, went to mediation. And really, it wasn't until about halfway through that I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, right? You could see some creativity start to happen about how they could meet his needs, but also ensure that if they weren't able to do that, they weren't starting from scratch. The school didn't have to start from scratch with this process. And so both sides did some compromise, some creative solutions came out of place, and it was resolved. He was able to stay in his classroom with some extra supports, and the school was able to know that if it didn't work, mom was in agreement, right? That they could move on. And so sometimes those processes seem scary, but they can be really helpful. There's also grievance procedures for Section 504, complaints, appeals. If you're ever not sure what your next step is, please know that you can always call us at RIPIN. We're happy to help. We have information on our website, Pride's website. Bethany mentioned these are a great tool. Your own district's website will frequently have their policies and procedures listed right there for you to know, where do I go next? What step do I need to take next? So you can either do your research, or again, please feel free to reach out anytime. We're happy to help. Again, it's just can't stress enough to just kind of try and follow that chain of command informally first, and then know that you have those options at the end of the day.